Hello, it's me, everyone's third or fourth favorite video essayist, and I'm mad as heck. Partially because it's currently like 28 degrees in Ireland, which to us is actually quite warm. But secondly, and more so, Twitch have recently introduced a new AI policy that's just a bunch of bollocks. So basically, there's this been new tab been introduced in Twitch, and you have to actively opt out of it for your channel to not be a part of it. And basically, it's this thing where it's like giving Twitch and Amazon permission to take your channel, the like games you play in your channel, and like your actual chat and use that all to train AI data. And I am so just sick of this shit. Like my YouTube videos have already been used to train a bunch of fucking bullshit ass, I guess, YouTube AI video essay makers, and wow, I bet those will be great. But the idea that like the people who watch my streams are also going to be sucked into this AI misery vortex and like that shit, and like it bums me out so much, because one of the best things about streams is like the human connection, is like the, you know, weird spontaneous moments you have with your community and all the weird like memes and in jokes that come from that. Like if you aren't aware of the entire Dokapon saga and the character of Kathy that has become so ingrained with this channel, well, first of all, buddy, you're missing out. But second of all, the idea that Amazon could then take that and like train AI with it, it's so fucking weird and dark and sad, and I'm so fucking sick of it. And like it's making me think a lot about, has there ever been any like technology breakthrough in history where the product had to be foisted on the consumer so forcibly? AI is jacked into every goddamn aspect of anyone trying to sell anything now, and it makes me just like fucking sick. I'm especially salty about this recently because a company I was working with, Storygrounds, which was a company doing like Webtoon. It was the company I was doing Eyepatch with. They recently basically had to shutter because pretty much funding completely dried up for them. And like I was talking to the people involved who were like all great, and they were basically like, yeah, the landscape under us changed, and anything that wasn't AI all of a sudden could not get funding because that is the gold rush. But like the thing is, nobody fucking wants AI. You know, it's like all this like generative shit and all the stuff being used to train it on. If people actually wanted that, they would be going to it. Like when talkie pictures were introduced and replaced silent films, I bet you didn't have like talkies like having to like actively go into cinemas and rip people out of the seats and bring them to talkie pictures, because the advent of sound and voiceover and music in cinema was itself an actual revolution, and you never had to explain to people why. You never had to shove this shit down their throats because it was a genuine, useful, and meaningful step forward. You know, and it's just, it makes me so fucking mad that this, like, step forward is basically being manufactured because capitalism now dictates that we need something new. This is curved television's time of fucking million, and I'm just genuinely so sick of it. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just salty. I'm just mad. I'm just sick of AI, and I just don't want to deal with this shit anymore. But it feels like it's nearly impossible to exist online without constantly having to fall into some weird AI hole where like you actively are looking at a social media feed and you're like, "Oh, that's cool." And then you're like, "Oh no, wait a minute. That's AI." That's how bad AI has gotten. It has taken the joy out of silly animal videos, and I'm just so tired of it. Just so fucking tired of it. I don't want to deal with this bullshit anymore, and I don't want to have to opt in or out of all this stuff. And like, I gotta say, absolutely shame on Twitch. If they wanted to do this, it should be opt in. Just leave it to all the streamers who would willingly opt into this AI shit, and then you can train your weird machines on their inevitably amazing content, But no, they know what they're doing. They know why this is opt in and not opt out. Or they know why this is opt out and not opt in, and it just makes me kind of sick and it feels gross. So yeah, to everyone who is, on Twitch in any capacity, you can just find this in the settings. It's not hard and it's right there, and you can just turn it right off. Same if you watch Twitch, like you don't know what way they're gonna train AI on, like even just like your chat messages, your subscription messages, all that kind of stuff, and it's just and like I know sometimes there's like a feeling of an inevitability with this stuff. Like it just feels like the corporations are so hell bent on contorting our habits and like everything into these weird amalgams. But like the only thing you can do is just push back against them in whatever little way you can, and this is definitely one of them. Like opt out of this shit. Do not allow Twitch or Amazon to get away with this, and just fucking claw back some remnant of humanity. Oh god, man, I know I didn't want to make this video is like a kind of cliche on YouTube. I genuinely didn't. I wanted to give my thoughts on the final season of The Bear, or talk about how XCOM 2 has crawled its way back into my life and actively damaging my relationships. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I love you. I'll see you next week.